जैसे అలాగే అన్న.
వదిలిపెట్టినని కూడా తెలుసు
ఇప్పుడే సాంబార్ వేసి
ఆఖరిసారి చూసుకోండి అందమైన మొహాన్ని.
జరుగుతుంది మరి
అమ్మ నాన్న లేదని చేసుకున్నారు. అప్పుడు నాకు చిన్న వయసు తెలియదు మాట కూడా తెలియదు. ఇప్పుడు కూడా తెలియదు నాకు.
మీరు చాలా అమాయకులని చెప్తున్నారు. ఏం చెప్తాను ఎప్పుడు కూడా నాకు తెలియదు. పెళ్ళప్పుడు నాకు తెలియదు. పెళ్ళప్పుడు నీకు తెలియకపోవడానికి పెళ్ళని తెలియదు. అది నువ్వు ఆవిడ తాగే తింటున్నావు. ప్రాబ్లం అది. అందుకని వాడు నేను వద్దనుకుంటుంది. వాడు అనుకోవడం తప్పలేదు. పిల్లల్ని పెద్దవాళ్ళైనా మేడం వాళ్ళ ముందు మేడం ఎంత ఘోరమైన మాటలు మేడం భరించలేకపోతున్నా మాటలు చెప్తాను. మేడం మాట్లాడాను. నేను దాన్ని కూడా ఎవరితో
Good morning, everybody. So in the previous class, we discussed about min-max procedure, and we discussed about game problem versus state space problem, all this. Okay. So in the previous class, we discussed about game playing. Okay. So in that game playing, we discussed about game problem versus state space problem. Next, and how do we label the status in the game tree? Next, and how the min and max place the game in game tree, and we also discussed about mini max procedure. Okay, and we discussed about time complexity, space complexity, etc. Now in today's class, we will discuss about alpha beta pruning. So this particular alpha beta pruning is a alpha beta pruning. Let me share my screen. So alpha beta pruning. So this particular alpha beta pruning, it is a modified version of Minimax. It is a modified version of Minimax algorithm. So we already discussed about Minimax algorithm. So this particular alpha beta pruning is a modified version of Minimax algorithm. So this particular alpha beta pruning is an optimization technique for Minimax algorithm. That means we're going to do optimization in the previous algorithm called Minimax algorithm. So this particular alpha beta pruning is an optimization technique for Minimax algorithm. So there's a technique by which, without checking each node of the game tree, we can compute the correct Minimax decision. That means we can take the correct Minimax decision without checking that without checking the node of the game tree. So without checking the node of the game tree, we can compute the correct Minimax decision. So this particular technique is known as pruning. So here we have two threshold parameters. One is called alpha and another one is called beta. Alpha and beta are the two threshold parameters. Okay. So okay. So as it has two threshold parameters called alpha and beta that are used for feature expansion, so it can be called as alpha beta pruning. Okay. So now let's see all the things. Alpha beta pruning can be applied at any depth of the tree. So whatever the depth of the tree is, this particular alpha beta pruning can be applied on the game tree. And sometimes it not only prune the tree leaves, but also entire subtree. So this can be this particular alpha beta pruning can be applied at any depth of the tree. Right, next one. And sometimes it not only prune the tree leaves, but also the entire subtree. So either the entire subtree or else the tree leaves can be pruned. Pruning is nothing but just modifying or making it as optimized. There's nothing but a pruning. Okay. So coming to the parameters called alpha and beta. Now let us see alpha and beta parameters. So alpha means, so this particular alpha is the best or the highest value choice. So alpha is the best or the highest value choice we have found so far at any point along the path of the maximizer. So the initial value of alpha is like this, minus minus infinity. Next one, beta. So this particular beta is the best or the lowest value choice. Best or the lowest value choice we have found so far at any point along the path of minimizer. So the initial value of beta is plus infinity. Okay, so this particular alpha is the highest or the best value choice that we have found so far. So that in any point along the path of the maximizer, this alpha will give the highest or the best value. Next one, beta. So this is the best to lowest value choice we have found so far at any point along the path of the minimizer. The initial value of beta is plus infinity. So plus infinity is the initial value of beta, and minus infinity is the initial value of alpha. So this particular pruning of the nodes makes the algorithm fast. So condition for alpha beta pruning. Condition for alpha beta pruning. So alpha greater than or equals to beta. So that is the condition. Alpha greater than or equals to beta. Next. Okay. Now coming to the key points in alpha beta pruning. So the max player will only update the value of alpha. Okay. Here we have two players. One is max player and another one is min player. Max player will only update the alpha value. Min player will always update the beta value. So beta value is updated by min player, and alpha value will be updated by max player. Next, while backtracking the tree, the node values will pass to the upper nodes instead of values of alpha and beta. So instead of using the values of alpha and beta, just the node values pass it to the. Okay. So while backtracking the tree, so all the node, that means the node values will be, that means instead of the node values that is of alpha and beta, so instead of the values of alpha and beta, the node values will be passed. Okay, while backtracking the tree, that means when do we backtrack the tree? So whenever there is some problem while reaching the goal node, we're going to backtrack. So while backtracking the tree, the node values will be passed to the upper nodes instead of the values of alpha and beta. So that means the alpha and beta will not be passed. Alpha and beta values will not be passed. Only the node values will be passed. Next, we will only pass the alpha and beta values to the child nodes. It means only the child node value, only the child nodes will get the alpha beta values, but not the upper nodes. Okay. Next, coming to the working of alpha beta pruning. Coming to the working of alpha beta pruning. Now let us see the working of alpha beta pruning. So step number 1, at the first step, the max player will start first move from node A. So from node A, the first move will start. Okay, by the first move will be started by the max player. Okay, so where alpha equal to minus infinity, beta equal to plus infinity. These values of alpha and beta are passed down to node B. Okay, the values of alpha and beta are passed down to the node B. Coming to the next step. So in the first step, the alpha value will be minus infinity and beta value will be plus infinity. Next one, node B passes the same value to its child D. That means that the same values will be passed to the child node. It is alpha equal to minus infinity and beta equal to infinity. Plus infinity will be given to the child nodes of B. That is D and D. So D and E will get the values of alpha and beta that are at node A. Okay. So the node B will pass the same value to its child D. Next. So at the node D, the value of alpha, at node D, the value of alpha, that is step 2. At node D, the value of alpha will be calculated as its turn for max. Okay, the value of alpha is compared with firstly 2 and 3. Okay. So at node D, the value of alpha will be calculated as its turn for max. Okay. So the value of alpha is compared with firstly 2 and 3. So the node D has the values 2 and 3. So out of these two, it will compare the value of 2 and 3 with alpha. That is max of 2 comma 3. Max of 2 comma 3 means you will get the value 3. So this particular 3 will be the value of alpha at node D, and node value will also be 3. Okay. Next, step number 3. Number 3. So now the algorithm backtracks to node B, where the value of beta will change as this is a turn for min. Okay. Now step number 3. Now the algorithm backtracks to node B, where the value of beta will change as this is the turn from min, as this is the turn of minimum. Okay. Now the beta value will become plus beta. So this particular value of plus beta will be compared with the NASA. Now the algorithm backtracks to node B, and this particular beta value will be changed to beta value. Okay, so beta equals to plus infinity. This particular plus infinity will be compared with the available subsequent nodes. So that means now beta will be compared with the available subsequent nodes. That is the minimum of infinity comma 3. So now at node B, alpha value equals to infinity and beta value equals to 3. So minimum of infinity comma 3 is 3. Okay. Now at node D, alpha equal to minus beta and beta equal to 3. Now the subsequent node value will be compared. Now the subsequent value will be compared. So alpha equals to 3 and beta equals to infinity. So in the next step, so algorithm traverses the next successor of the node B, which is node E. Okay. Next, the values of alpha will be minus infinity and beta equals to 3. So those two values will pass to the E, right? And next at step 4, that is at node E, max will take its turn and the value of alpha will be changed here. So the current value of alpha will be compared with 5. So the values of alpha will be compared with 5 and 9, right? So the current value of alpha will be compared with 5. So maximum of minus infinity comma 5. So those the values here are alpha and beta values. So the minus infinity and 5 out of max of minus infinity comma 5 is the maximum value. So you'll get the value 5. Now at node E, alpha value equals to 5. Next, so beta equals to 3. Alpha value and beta value, we got alpha value and beta value, right? So here alpha greater than or equals to beta is checked here. So where alpha greater than or equals to beta, so the right successor of E will be found. Okay, so alpha value should be less than or equals to beta, but here alpha value is greater than or equals to beta. So okay, so next at node E, alpha value equals to 5 and beta value equals to 3. So here alpha value greater than or equals to beta. Okay, so the right successor of E will be pruned. The right successor of E will be pruned here. Now the algorithm will not traverse. The value at E node E will be 5. Now step number 5. Algorithm again backtracks the tree from node B to node A. Okay, at node A, node A. So from it backtracks from node B to node A. Next, A, the value of alpha will be changed, and the maximum available value will be 3. Now max of minus infinity comma 3. So you'll get the value 3. So and beta equals to plus infinity. Next, at step number 6, at node F, okay. So at node F, again the value of alpha will be compared with left side. Left side means 0. Left side means uh, okay. So at node F, the value of alpha will be compared with the left child. Okay, left child means F, okay, which is 0, and maximum of 3 comma 0 will be 3 here, and that particular value will be compared with the right child. So whose value is 1 here. Now maximum of 3 comma 1. So out of 3 and 1, the maximum value is 3 here. So here alpha value equals to 3, and but the value of the node value of F will become 1. Now next, coming to the next step, node F returns the node value 1 to node C. At C, alpha equals to 3 and beta equals to plus infinity. Okay. Now here the value of beta will be changed. So it will compare with 1. So minimum of alpha comma 1 means minimum of infinity comma 1 means 1. So now at C, alpha equals to 3 and beta equals to 1. Okay, so now it's C. At node C, alpha equals to 3 and beta equals to 1. And again it satisfies the condition alpha greater than equals to beta. So in the first step only, we got like this. So alpha greater than equals to beta. So the next child of C, which is G, will be pruned. Okay, and the algorithm will not compute the entire subtree G. Now step number 6. Now C will return the value. C will return the value of 1 to A. C will return the value 1 to A. Right. Next, the best value for A here is max of 3 comma 1. So max of 3 comma 1. So max of 3 comma 1 means the value is 3. So this particular value will be the final value, right? Next, so here the maximum value will be 3 here. Okay. Next, this one. Like this, we are going to get the value. Just coming to another example. Let us see this example. So the time computed for this one is O of B for M by 2. Okay. So in the next class, we will discuss about this two-player perfect information games. Okay. Today only 62 members are absent. Only so today only few members are absent. Today only 62 members are present today. I don't know why. So with this, I am closing the session. Thank you all.
ఫోటో చేయండి.
So some more time is there for class. So let us complete this particular topic also. So next topic is two-player perfect information games. So in this, we'll discuss about the chess game. So all the chess game, checkers game, Othello game, Go, backgammon, all these games come under two-player perfect information games. So coming to the first one, that is chess game. So it is basically a competitive two-player game, right? So on a you are given a checkered board, and that particular board has 64 squares that is arranged in a 8 into 8 square, and each player is given 16 pieces of same color. That is either black or white. That means if I am on black side, then my opponent will have the white blocks, and I will have the black ones, right? So only the black and white. Okay. So total 16 pieces. 16 pieces of same color will be given. That is either black or white. So those particular 16 pieces include one king will be there, one queen will be there, two rooks will be there, two knights will be there, two bishops, and 8 pawns. Also, all these will be there. Okay. So each of these pieces move in a unique manner. So each of these pieces move in a unique manner. The player who chooses the white pieces gets the first turn to play. The player who chooses the white pieces. So the white pieces player is going to get the first turn to play the game. So the players get alternate chances in which they can move one piece at a time. That means there's a chance of moving only one piece at a time. The objective of this particular chess game is to remove the opponent's king from the game. That means if the opponent's suppose I am playing with the computer, so computer will be my opponent, right? So if I am if I remove the opponent's king from the game, then I will win. Otherwise, the opponent will win. So if the opponent kills my king, then the opponent will win. Otherwise, if I am going to kill the uh, king of my opponent, then I will win. So that means wins, whoever wins is going to kill the means whoever kills the king of opponent, then they are going to win here, right? Next, the opponent's king has to be placed in such a situation where the king is under immediate attack and there is no way to save it from the attack. That means so we must create a situation where there is no way to save the king from the attack, or else the king is under immediate attack. So this is known as checkmate. Okay. So like this, I'm going to play the chess game. Next one. Next one is checkers game. So checkers game or drafts game. It is a two-player game. So which will be played on a checkered 8 into 8 square board. Each player gets 12 pieces of same color. So in the previous one, 16 pieces. Here only 12 pieces of same color. Either dark color or light color will be given, which are played on the dark squares of the board in 3 rows. The row closest to a player is known as the king row. The row closest to a player will be the king row. The pieces in the king row are called kings. The pieces in the king row are called the kings, while others are called men. So that means the king and men. That's it. Okay, two things. So kings can move diagonally forward as well as backward. Okay. Next, so men can move only diagonally forward. Diagonally forward. Next. Okay. Kings can move diagonally forward as well as backward. So men can move only diagonally forward. Okay. Next, a player can remove opponent's pieces from the game by diagonally jumping over them. This by jumping over the opponent's pieces, I'm going to go to the opponent's place, right? So when men pieces jump over king pieces of the opponent, they transform into kings. So whenever there is a chance for men to jump on over the king, then that particular opponent will that means that particular man will be transformed to king, right? So the objective of this particular game is to remove all the pieces of opponent from the board, or be leading the opponent to such a situation where the opposing player is left with no legal moves. So we have to that means if we can make this particular situation, then we will win. Next one is Othello game. So Othello or Reversi. So it is a two-player board game that will be played on an 8x8 square grid with pieces that have two distinct bicolored sides. So the pieces typically are shaped as coins, but each possesses a light and a dark face, each face representing one player. The objective of this particular game is to make your pieces constitute a majority of pieces on the board at the end of the game. That means the majority of the pieces are on the opponent's side that was made by me, then that particular game will be win by me. Okay. Next, so by turning over as many as opponent's pieces, okay, I'm going to win. Next one is Go game. So it's a strategy two-player game. Here we have black and white stones. They are to be played here. Next, it is a 19 into 19 board. So this particular game's objective is to control a large part of the board than the opponent. So if the larger part of the board is made by the opponent, then he is going to win, right? Next. So we need to place the stones in such a manner that they cannot be captured by the opposing player. Okay, like that we have to make a situation. Okay, next. Here the stone or group of stones is captured and removed. If it has no empty adjacent intersections, then it is completely surrounded by the stones of the opposing color. Okay, like that we need to play this game. Next one is backgammon game. Backgammon game. So it's a two-board player game, two-player board game. So it can be so this particular moves can be made using dice. So a player wins by removing all of his pieces from the board. Although luck plays an important role here. So dice means we're going to we're going to move it in our hand and we have to place it on the floor. Then so it is by luck you're going to get more moves, right? So there's a large scope for strategy here. Right? Next, with each roll of the dice, so those dice will be rolled and that will be placed on the floor. So whatever value or whatever number we get, we're going to make that number of moves, right? Like that. So we have to move, to choose from the numerous options for moving the checkers. Okay. Next. So this is regarding the games, right? So in the next class, we're going to discuss we're going to start the third unit. Okay? Thank you.